Okay, so again, working on the Jeep. Today, something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and that's change out the front bumper. So you can see here we got the stock plastic bumper, and we're going to be going with a Smittybilt with the Stinger, and next month we'll be doing the winch on it. So let's go take a look at this new bumper. Okay, as you can see, Smittybilt part number 76524. Well packaged. Let's start the unboxing. Okay, this box is all mounting hardware. Instructions will be in there. And here's all our nuts and bolts. Beauty. Whew. Oh, it's gonna look awesome. So before I go taking anything off and changing anything, one of the things I am worried about is the weight difference. And I have a 3-inch spacer lift on my Jeep, and I'm worried that I'm going to need stiffer springs now, maybe after the winch, but eventually probably going to have to be done. So let's measure the difference. So to here, yeah, it's about 34 5/8 of an inch. Let's see what the difference is when we're done. So before I take anything apart, going through the box, make sure I have all the hardware. They give you a good breakdown list of everything that should be in there. First thing we have to do is remove the factory plastic skid plate. Going to be using one of these puller tools. Pull out all the little plastic clips. Okay, just pulling these out. You got 4 across the front. They'll have 1 in each wheel well on each side. Alright, now that we have the skid plate off, we can get them behind here and we can disconnect the fog lights. Okay, they're disconnected, but now the wiring harness is connected with, again, more plastic clips. Oof. Alright, make sure you're wearing eye protection when you're under there. This is not a brand new Jeep, so it's a bit of dirt. Alright, so now we're ready to remove the 8 nuts that hold the bumper in place, 4 on each side. I'm going to remove 2 from this side, 4 from the other, and then the remaining 2 over here. And it's a 18 mil deep socket. Just going to use a 3/8 drive. Alright. And let's see what's. Break the torque. Oh wow. Oh, there it goes. Perfect. Went and got my little friend to help me break the torque on these ones. Leaving one nut on with a couple threads. It's easy to remove when I'm not underneath it. Okay, in the instructions, the next step, it says to drill out the upper outside holes on the driver and passenger side to 7/16. I just checked them. They're already at a 7/16, so next. I almost forgot, we also have to remove this plate up here. Now these are just, takes the Phillips here. They are plastic, yeah, and they're just stripped just like that. So we're gonna have to drill these in. Doesn't matter, we're not reusing them. Using a 3/8 drill bit, just taking the tops of them off. While we're in here, I'm going to zap strap this down in place because the new bumper does not have fog lights. Okay, the wiring harness for the fog lights is zap strapped down out of the way. I've cleaned up the 2 frame brackets here, and the holes are the right size. We're ready to start installing. Alright, now this is going to be a struggle to do by myself. Each side has 3, they're not 7/16, they're 1/2 inch. Has 3 bolts in them that line up with some of these holes. Reach around and behind, get a couple nuts secure in place, and then you put in the last remaining bolt. Let's see how this goes. Way easier than I thought it would be. Comes with a whole bunch of grease already on there, which is nice. Alright, so let's level the two bolts that are going back. I have to torque them into 60 foot-pounds. That's all done. Now we're ready to start on the skid plate. Okay, we're putting in the skid plate. Now what you have to do is you got to drop down your bolts inside, brace it with your knee. I'm just going to put some washer and the nut in place. So you can't drop it down because it hits the cross member underneath, so you got to go from the bottom up. Oh, one more. Instructions say to drill a 1/2 inch hole. So I have to file out the last little bit. Well, the battery died in my other camera, so I kind of missed the last of the install, but it was just 3 carriage bolts that go from the skid plate into the cross member. And that's it. Gotta say I'm pretty happy with that. It's the Smittybilt Stinger bumper. And goes good with the Smittybilt roof rack. I'm gonna have to do a walk around with the Jeep before we start hitting trails this summer. Last but not least, checking the measurement, and it's dropped about 1/4 of an inch. So not as bad as I thought. And when I lifted it into place, the bumper's not as heavy as I thought. Definitely a lot heavier than the old stock one.